But I feel like it also that you can take a horse that's maybe not quite as talented and make it a lot better horse than it really should be, just by doing those things and having that solid foundation and creating that rhythm. To me, rhythm goes a long way. Rhythm makes a show horse, to me.
And a lot of people in old school thought process, Cody, I think is we'll drive these horses, drive him shoulders up, drive him shoulders up. And I think that we have learned that if we will open the shoulders up, 70% of the time, the hock takes care of itself.
If you can balance this and get this out of the way up here where it's supposed to be, this is going to follow.
Yeah,
it should come with it.
Because if this is down, it can't get up there no how.
Right.
So
if I'm going to my hands heavy and I'm holding this mare here and kind of trapping her down, she can't push through herself because everything's stuck. I've got to be able to pick everything up and get it out of the way to where this hock can follow through.
I think we've learned over time, you know, of course hock's important, but shoulders are more important. Because when the shoulders get out of the way, a horse could be a little weak hock, but he can get it up there so much easier, so much cleaner when he's standing on that outside front. And a horse has got to have some natural push. That's not a man-made thing. That's something that you've taken a very nice horse, and this is an enhancement.
And I think that also, not only does that help with our shoulders and our balance point and following that hock, that's going to help in your head and neck. If your horse isn't balanced correctly through his shoulders, then it's going to struggle, and it's not going to look good, and it's not going to hold his neck still because it's not balanced correctly. It's not comfortable.
I used to have a horse named Zippo Silent Night. I think I bought it from your grandpa, and I had to help this horse get out of the ground. He would go to the ground and he'd use his neck to come out. And if I could get him to come out of the ground with that leg just a hair quicker than what he naturally wanted, he'd steady up in his head and neck. And we'd let him rock. You know, we'd go to the horse shows and qualify, and we'd let him rock a little bit because it took a lot of work to get that. But now 2 or 3 times a year, it's like you'd bring him up, then you'd let him go, and he'd go to that ground and stay. And it's like, okay, Blackie, it's time to come back out. Because he'd stay, and a lot of people say, well, my horse rocks and bobs, and no, it's a balance issue. The head and neck tells you what's wrong from the shoulders back.
Exactly.
And if what you're doing is creating a finesse timing to create the steady picture.
Totally agree.
Yeah, so good deal.